Morning, folks. Lester here, and happy Monday to you all. This morning, as we're getting up, we are going to be greeted by Randall. He's our fence guy. He's the fellow who's done all of the fencing here in the front of the property. I did the fencing out back, just the barbed wire with all the posts, but it was Randall and his company who came by and did all the fencing here in the front with the black post, concreted in the ground, and the barbed wire. And this place is gorgeous. And I will say this, I'm going to mention, besides me and Jamie, there are actually 3 people who we have to give credit for the beauty of this property. Little Chris, of all people, little Chris, 17-year-old young man who we have employed to come by and do things for us here. Small things like weed eating. I mow, but weed eating, just helping out a little bit on little jobs here and there. And then, of course, Uriel, who we've employed to come by and cut a few limbs. Chris has also cleaned out some water troughs. He does a lot of water troughs. That's something he can do. And Chris has also picked up string. Don't forget that the former owner of the property left things pretty littered up. And there was a whole lot of just walking around and picking up trash. I mean, there was trash everywhere. So little Chris has to be credited with doing a whole lot of that. You know, someone else is Uriel. You guys all know Uriel. Uriel has been responsible for helping us do other jobs. He's the one that has made all of the JL signs and stuck them up. He also helped me. He and my nephew Ben both helped take down a lot of the old fencing. I paid both of them to come out. That was a year ago, and help take down some of the old fencing. And so, of course, Uriel helps on occasion with our farrier work. He helps with the horses and stuff like that. So we have really been blessed by 3 people who we've employed, of course, along with Randall, who built all of our fencing. But, and of course, I can't forget you all. You guys make all of this possible. I never, ever, ever want to stop and forget to mention the names of you guys who have always been there for us and supported us. And even if it's not in a financial way, it's by watching the darn videos. So you guys join me today. Let's go ahead and take a drive about and show you what's going to happen today. And be a good video, y'all. You don't want to miss this one. I am not tooting my own horn, but it was my vision. And crazy thing is, my vision has changed so many times. How many of you guys can remember when I had that crazy idea to run that driveway straight up? Yeah, my first vision of this place was to have the driveway that was going to run straight up, not follow the path that it's following right now. But no, you took this property, and once everything was kind of like, well, once we had kind of the clean slate from all of the old fencing taken down, then it was pretty much at that point going by and master planning how we were going to do everything else. And so I do, y'all. I love this place. I love the layout. I love how everything looks. And it really has been just a dream come true in watching everything shape up and come together. Let's go on down and have a peek at the road view, and then we'll work our way back up. Yeah, that looks like the sands of Iwo Jima, friend. That has to come down. Oh my gosh! Look at both of my flagpoles. Guys, if this is not showing you what a ragtag operation we run, I don't know what will. Oh my God, I did not think it was that darn windy. Guys, look at this. My Texas flag done broke off at the bottom, and my US flag done bent halfway over. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Well, as you can see, I did get both of my flags back up. I had to cut a small section off of the US flag to fit it back into the hole. The horses bent it there at the bottom, so I just cut it off and stuck it right back in the same hole. And then the Texas flag It's a little bit tattered, but I did reconnect it where it belongs using a zip tie. So both my flags are back up, and we are now back in business. So today, Jamie Cakes and I, look at her working right there, working from the truck, are headed over to this ranch property where we are going to buy us some horse hay. Now, you guys have heard, and we've talked about it a few times, that horses and
then arrive at your first stop.
Horses and cows do need a different type of hay. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. Horse hay is a better quality hay. It's coastal. And so the grasses that you see here on this ranch property is very different than the grasses that you see on other properties where you graze cattle. It's a very clean and super nutritious kind of hay.
Isn't this beautiful?
It is beautiful.
And huge.
And so it was important to us that we get fresh hay. You don't want to buy hay this time of year if it's in fact from last year's cutting.
Yes.
So you can all see the pastures that we're buying from. This guy let us know that he got his hay cut last Thursday. Today is our Monday. So the hay we're getting is going to be very fresh. Now, we've never bought from this guy before, so we don't know exactly what to expect. We have bought from our Conroe hay sales. You guys have been there with us before. We bought from a few individuals here and there. We've had some good experiences and some bad. So you never really know what you're getting.
But pulling up to see this and seeing how clean the pastures are, or the clean the fields are,
yes,
and seeing for ourselves the type of grass that was cut, gives me a great peace of mind.
I absolutely agree. Seeing that it actually is freshly cut. And so we'll see how this goes. Also, buying hay early is always cheaper than buying hay late. You never know if there's going to be droughts or anything with the weather that's going to affect hay cuts, which can mean hay prices. So we're going to buy early, and Jamie has been talking a little bit about the fact that the horses like Roman and like Val, I don't know if Talus and Gemma needed as much, but those horses do need quite a bit more than just our pastures. Look at that beautiful hill, babe.
Yeah, it's stunning out here. They even have irrigation back up against the fence.
Oh, they sure do irrigate.
The tree line, sorry.
And he says drive into his barn.
Take the right fork and go pull straight through the barn.
All right, so we're not going to actually video the fella. Some people don't like to be on videos, but look, he got everything. He has a way to flatten his fields out from hog rut and from other things.
That's what. We need to rent one of those.
We need one of those on our back pastures. That would certainly smooth everything out.
Badly need that.
But yeah, so you fill those with water. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You fill them with water. It makes them really heavy. Then you drag your pastures, and
after the ground's ready.
Yeah, after the ground is wet, you drag your pastures, and it really smooths things out. So this is called Gator Lake Ranch, and it is beautiful up in here. I don't see a home, so I'm guessing they only do hay pastures and hay fields. Once you can see that he probably ships these containers full of hay all over the darn place.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and cut you guys off for a couple of minutes, and we'll get back to it once we get on the road. All right, so this is, let me close that door. So this is the horse quality hay we're getting. Still fairly green. There's about 10-15% moisture still in this stuff. And so you can see it's not near as bleached out as what the other hay that we sell is. And so he's working this thing around. Look at that, he got double on there. It's awesome. Now they also do their hay in stacks like this over here.
Bundles.
These are the ones that have multiple bales of hay, those rectangular cubed sort of bales of hay that when you cut the main string, it breaks down into 10 or 12, sometimes even more actual bales. We've bought a few of those before. But as of today, we're only looking for the horse hay, and we're going to go round. He also has horse quality hay in bales over here. So they do bales and round rolls. We're going to go with round rolls, and we're going to buy 10. But you can see how green it is, and he swears by it. He swears by it. So we've never bought hay so green. My concern was that it's going to be hay that has not a chance to dry enough yet. And if there's moisture, enough moisture in your grass, then it can end up causing molding and stuff. You guys know that. You guys know how that works. But no, he swears by it. And he even said if you have a problem, then bring it right back. And he's not that far from the house, so we could always do that. But we're going to hope that it ends up working out for us, and it'll be good. Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Robert Hanks.
I'm Lester Robert. Nice to meet you. So you do this for a living then?
I do. We are the largest commercial hay baling operation in Walker County.
Okay.
All we do is produce high quality forage for horses and cattle. Our market is primarily square bales.
Yes, sir.
For the horse market.
These will be the square bales here.
Square bales in the bundles.
In the bundles.
Bundles of 21 square bales.
So once you cut the bundle, you got 21 square bales here.
Correct.
And this is also the coastal hay that horses prefer.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
Yep. And so the difference between a cow hay and a horse hay.
Yes, sir.
Typically is a higher quality.
Okay.
It's cut at a more optimal time.
Okay.
And it's also has a higher palatability for horse hay because the leaf is what is palatable, not the stem.
Okay.
So the more leaf you have, the more digestible it is to the animal, both horse and cow.
Boy.
So cows will eat horse hay.
Yes, sir.
Horses
will not eat
cow. They will eat cow hay. It just really depends on what they're used to eating.
Okay.
If they're used to eating high quality hay, they're going to turn their nose up at low quality hay.
Okay. Okay.
But there are some places that the horses are used to eating low quality hay, so they'll just eat just about anything.
They will. So whenever I bring in a roll of hay from somewhere and the horses turn their nose up at it, what they're telling me is not so much that they're finicky, but they're a little bit spoiled to a certain type.
They're not quite used to it.
Okay.
I get all the time people call and say, my horses love your hay. Thank you very much. They won't eat. I found some local hay, and they won't eat it because it's just like it's like me telling you, here's your ribeye steak.
Okay.
Okay. And that's what you're used to eating.
Yes, sir.
And then I give you a flank steak. And I say, here's your ribeye. You're going to turn your nose up at it. Something's wrong. And the animals are the same way.
I wouldn't. I'll eat it. If it's a steak, I'll eat it. But I get your analogy there. That's perfect. And so if someone was to buy any of these, you would take this home. Is someone else here?
Oh, it's my dad. He's filling up.
Okay. So if someone was to come buy one of these and cut the bundles, they would just feed this out by the flake.
Correct.
Then by the flake. I got you. However, this over here, you put it out to your horses. They can eat it as they want to and as they need to.
Yes. The round bales are more of a free choice.
Free choice.
Square bales are usually for horses that are stalled.
Yes, sir.
Or the owners don't have the means for round bales.
I got you.
They may not have the tractor.
A way to load it or unload it or move it. Okay.
It's easier. Also, when it comes down to square bales, you can also you're interacting with your animals.
Okay, sir.
You see when they're sick. You see when they're injured.
Yes.
And you can control
how much they eat. You can see exactly. Whereas a round bale, you don't know exactly how much they're eating.
Right.
Tell me real fast.
And they can also waste.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm learning a lot today, and my audience is going to appreciate this. Tell me real fast about the color of the hay, because in years past, the hay that we have bought has sometimes been a little bit more drier. Talk to me real fast about that.
All right. Color, all color really means in the short term is it was cut, cured quickly.
Okay.
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 It did not lay out in the
bleach
in the fields too long to where the wind and the sun get out and bleach it out.
Okay, gotcha.
And what the color also means is that it was green when it was cut.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which typically means it's not old.
Right.
It's in the age of growth.
Right.
And the darker it is, typically means
the richer,
more fertilizer.
More fertilizer.
So,
gotcha.
So if it's cut at the correct stages,
yes, sir,
you've got higher digestibility, higher protein, and and it's just better all around for the animals.
Well, I can't wait to get home and unload it and see what our horses do to it. Yes. Thank you so very much for your time and for being on my video. And I tell you what, you got a beautiful place here, man. You guys are super, super blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so they have a 14-acre pond.
What?
Where they irrigate from.
How neat.
And as you can see,
wow,
they live pretty good.
that's a pretty beautiful house up there.
They live in pretty good, y'all. He doesn't have any cows or horses, but all they do is work their hay.
Wow.
And they have people like me coming in all day, and he sits here around the barn or he goes around the house, and that's all they do is hay. They will seed it, they fertilize it, they cut it multiple times a summer. So they're not like us who lets it grow up to, to waist high and then cut it.
No.
They prefer to cut it when it's first leaving. You know about that?
Yeah.
Leaving, when I mean leaving, I'm probably saying that wrong. Is it leafing?
Leafing.
Oh, leafing. When it's first leafing, and then they can get multiple cuts that way. And it makes it very palatable. Very digestible, which makes it where horses love it. Anyway, what a neat operation. He says they send out hay all over the county, and they have a pretty large operation here. They're the biggest operator in this county, and I learned a lot right there. I learned a whole lot from talking to this fella. What's different about talking to him compared to the other hay guy, the fellow there at Conroe Hay Sales, is that guy just sells hay that they bring in.
He's a middleman.
Yeah, that guy over there is just the middleman. This guy here is the actual guy. He and his dad do this together.
That's really neat.
And his dad's here now.
I see that they have some cut right here ready to bale.
I don't think so. I think that's just the leftovers.
Oh.
I think that's just the leftovers right there.
Oh.
But it's beautiful out here. Just beautiful. Let's hope our horses like it.
I hope so too.
If our horses don't eat it, then all that was for nothing.
Oh, dang.
So the fella said that life is actually real good for them as far as paying your bills and whatnot if Mother Nature cooperates.
I was just going to say, because in years of drought, that's tough.
Well, that's what he said. Whenever they had, even though they have the 14-acre pond, he goes, having to irrigate it so much, drained their pond. With all of their pastures here, it just drained them. So, anyway, beautiful property. It's a pleasure making his acquaintance. And let's hope that our horses enjoy this as much. Why are my girls being yancy?
They just parked.
They don't like being parked.
Yeah.
My girls are being antsy, y'all. My girls are being antsy. Antsy pantsies, we call them. Or I just say yancy, because I like that. If I can change up a word here or there, Jamie, I'm going to do it. You know me.
I do know you.
Thank y'all for joining us on this video. It's always a pleasure doing things with you all. Funner and gooder, Jamie. It's just funner and gooder.
So funner and gooder.
Gator Lake Farm is always funner and gooder. And then you guys keep your fingers crossed we get home with this hay with no issues.
So we don't pull an Uncle Dan?
We don't pull an Uncle Dan and lose our load halfway home. Action!
A special thank you to the supporters for allowing us to be able to continue to nourish our animals in the way that we do. We're so grateful that you help us out.
And that's Facebook supporters, but they call it members on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys. And it's stuff just like this that we're able to do because of you. And then those who don't support, you know what you do in watching the videos and putting up with the ads, because what we cannot afford from the supporter money, Jamie and I take care of out of the monies that we make from the ad revenue. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. And thank you for loving and supporting us and the animals.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.